it. Just record it, whatever we want to talk about.
Looks like they had like cool equipment that was like bolted to the walls and stuff.
Yeah,
all good.
It's a sweet spot. I mean, shoot. I gotta get a workout in anyways.
Yeah, me too. So what do you want to do? What's the plan? Dude, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that, dude. Easy wins. All right.
Where'd you get all those things printed through? Did you just buy the stuff and then go?
This dude that lives like, I looked it up. This dude, he doesn't live there, but his shop is right behind that Mexican place, like right up the street.
All right, let's see what happens.
See what happens, yeah.
What's up? How you doing? It's my buddy Zach.
Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you too.
So I didn't get a text back, but it's cool.
Oh my god, yeah.
Okay. Well, you said it, and I was like, but then you're like, let's talk next week. I was like, is it still cool? Here we are. Yeah, what'd you think? It was a good workout. Broke a nice sweat.
I was sweating before the warm-up was done.
True,
So
true.
no, I thought we got a good warm-up in, felt loose. Hips were surprisingly loose at the beginning, but my quad kind of popped up again. I kind of talked about that in a video earlier this week when I was doing some jump lunges. Like, not a bad strain, but I strained my quad just a little bit, but just worked through it, did some foam rolling, some stretching midway, and pushed through, and it was good.
I think it's crazy how important like the warm up is, because like for a long time in my weightlifting career, which started in high school, and you don't literally learn all the best techniques. It was just like, we're benching today, go to the bench.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy how much of a difference it makes getting like an active warm up like that we just got in.
Mm-hmm.
Just because like for me, maybe it's a mental thing, but just breaking a sweat first, it makes like the rest of that workout like you like are in a zone.
Well, I think it's just getting your body steady state from rest, sitting in a car, sitting at home, to get your body, like tell your body, I'm ready to go now. Like getting your heart rate up, getting your kind of a sweat on, get your temperature up with your muscles. And I think that's the biggest thing that you need to worry about, is just kind of getting your body ready to perform.
Yeah, that's what I was working out with a buddy, Cody McBroom. He called it like lubricating the joints, getting everything going so that you're able to really fire off and I mean, number one, avoid injury, because shoot, like that's the main thing. Because if we talk about just go do something, that's the number one way to stop you from even being able to do anything.
Yep, and that kind of goes along with the 5-minute mobility and that 30-day mobility challenge that you were doing.
That's what taught me about the importance of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you wake up stiff, and then most people, I mean, I like to work out in the morning, but if I popped right out of bed, sat in a car, and then came over here and just tried to go straight into a squat workout, like that's the easiest way to end your New Year's resolution workout.
Yeah, that just sounds bad, man. But yeah, I mean, and I think we talked about it a bit on the way here, just having that flexibility. And it does take time, because you got to kind of like learn everything. But I love just coming in here and kind of being like, especially, and you'll see this in another video, like having someone there to work out with.
Yeah.
It's cool to be like, what should we do? Ooh, I like this superset. Let's mix this in. That's just fun.
And I think, and once you find a partner, I think it becomes easier. Like, this is our first couple workouts back together. We probably haven't worked out since high school together. So, like getting back into like, you kind of can, play off each other, and kind of one person decides one exercise, another person, and you've got a lot of different experience in the gym, and I have different experience in the gym, so that's good to mix it up.
Yeah, that knowledge, combining that, and like, because you get different areas. Like, this is how we're gonna build some power here. Here's how we're gonna build some size.
And and I think one of the other things that I do is, when I go to the gym, like, don't be afraid to watch what other people are doing and try to get ideas, because like you're not copying someone's workout. It's like those are like, these workouts have been around. They've got different ideas than you. So sometimes I just watch what other people are doing and I take what they're doing and try to go at that and like make modifications. Obviously, if I see someone that's doing something that looks dangerous, I'm going to do it.
Like,
but I love experimenting with exercises. I'm always down to try something new, just because like it's so.
You could literally be like freeze frame, camera died, or just say it right now.
Yeah.
Camera died, on the phone now. We're gonna continue this combo. So you were saying it was good. It's good to see what other people are doing and just kind of build off that.
Yeah.
Always
and so
try
just to
new
kind of finish that conversation, like, you know, I watch a lot of videos online of other people doing stuff on Instagram, and I just try and get a lot of ideas on what to do, because, you know, I ran track and have a very specific like style I used to work out like, and I don't do that anymore. So specificity doesn't really matter to me as much anymore, and so I just like to try new things. So I think this workout series that we're gonna do is gonna be really good for, you know, for people to see what we're doing, but also for us to kind of build off of as well.
Because that's the thing too, is like even from working out in like high school, you know, or I think a couple times we would work out in like college on breaks, and I would take like one thing, because you take one thing and then that's like something that's in your library, your internal library. And that's what I have and that's what you have, but not a lot of people do.
Yep.
And that's something you have to build through experience. But when you have that, you're like, okay, today is pull day.
Yep.
What are some things that I can do? And that's how we did. We're like, ooh, let's superset this and this. Boom.
Yep.
Good
and
shit.
then you're really not confined to you know, gym equipment. Like here,
Right.
we worked out. There's really not a whole lot of equipment here, but this is the kind of place where you can get really creative and do a lot of different exercises and just kind of, you know, go with the flow and just find things to do. And I think that helps if you kind of have an idea of what to go for. And so, I mean, we had a pretty good flow today. I think we didn't really do any standing around, even though usually I would say it's probably better to plan what you do before you come into the gym. But I thought, because, you know, we both have done this so much, that, you know, maybe if you're more experienced, you don't need to necessarily plan out everything. You can get like a general, like maybe like a little framework to work off of. But I don't think we needed it, and we really didn't do a whole lot of standing around, and we were doing a lot of filming and all that stuff at the same time. So
And we were breathing hard too.
I
That was
know.
the cool part.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
My legs are tired.
Like what you said though too is like, it's big, like, because some gyms won't have a lot of like the machine and stuff, and you have to be creative.
Yep.
And that's what I'm learning, like, especially if you're traveling at hotels and stuff, you got to have that library up there so that you can be creative.
Yep.
Otherwise, what I know people do is they're like, they don't have my stuff, I can't work out.
Yep.
It's like, that's not an excuse.
Yep.
You just got to learn some new things that you can do, and that's what, you know, you picking up something from someone else.
Yep. And you gotta hack it. Really, is what you gotta do, is like say, okay, I have these bands. I can bring those in my suitcase when I travel to work. These are the exercises that I know I can do within my room. If they don't have a gym, if they do have a gym, even better, because you can find something that you can do. Usually there's at least some dumbbells that go up to like 30 or 40 pounds at least. And most hotels are good about that, but otherwise you got to be prepared and know some exercises you can do body weight style.
Yep.
And so that's kind of, but I mean, you see people like Kaisa Fit. She does like entire home exercise programs. That's a good place to look for content if you're trying to do like a in the living room type of workout, or like in your hotel room type of workout. And then some of the stuff that we're going to be putting out will kind of give you that library to build your own exercise inventory. So
I was just thinking, like, just talking, we need to do like the like freestyle format, you know, like we gotta be able to teach people like how we just did this.
yeah,
Because like honestly, if you have a specific goal, like you want to be a bodybuilder for a competition, it's gonna be way better for you to have a set program that you're working off that has like specific progression to get you to a point. But like for me, I'm good, like pretty much where I'm at. Obviously, cool. It'd be nice to burn a little fat, get a little more jacked.
Tweaks.
But, yeah. But most of it, I just do for fun, and it just feels good, and like, it's a good time.
I just like to move. So, and that's a good point. Freestyle kind of exercise style is like what our mindset is, and so basically, sometimes what I do is like what we did today. I mean, my quads were kind of going, and then we switched to kettlebell swing, which is like all like the way I do it, glute and hamstring, and so it didn't affect my quad. And it's kind of like feeling how your body is feeling in the moment, and then tailoring your exercise to be able to do that. And that's a pretty good skill to have too. To say, okay, I started chest press today, and I did 2 exercises for chest, and then all of a sudden I'm not feeling great. Well, what can I do accessory-wise to switch away from that, give that area rest, and try to come back to it later instead of having to stick to a program that you've been given or whatever.
And just like what we can do is like teach people that skill of being able to adjust.
Yep.
I think that's big because like most people are gonna start off by going to bodybuilding.com, looking up a program, and going at it.
Yep.
And then they're gonna be like, they don't have a bench press. What do I do? And it's like, man, like we want to give you those skills to where you can say, okay, I'm gonna hit the dumbbells here. You know, they don't have this machine. I'm gonna do it this way with the dumbbell, free weights.
Yep. No,
that would be big.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like the other thing that happens. I think that you go to the gym and it's busy on a Monday night.
Yeah, you're like, shoot, I've been waiting for the bench press.
This bench press is closed. That one's closed. Like, what can I switch to? And that's like where the time waste goes in. And I've been looking at some research into like how much time is actually wasted in gyms just standing around. It's pretty high. I don't want to quote any numbers because I haven't like come up with exact stuff yet, but it's high, the number. And then because like if someone throws a wrench in your plan like that, like, oh man, Monday, you know, that happens to normally be chest day for people. So you show up and every piece of equipment is taken up. What do you switch to? Like how can you switch to a new exercise within a minute and not waste your time?
Yeah.
Because especially with the people that you're working with, busy professionals, it's all about efficiency. Yeah. And so you can't spend an hour and a half in the gym trying to figure out what you want to do. Like if you want to get in a 40-minute workout, you better be quick to figure out your next exercise and move on and really be efficient at hit this exercise. You know, I use time, like a lot of my workouts, I use time rest breaks. But
another point of that is that you go in on a Monday, your first time, you've got this plan, and someone throws a wrench in it, and let's say like you give up. You are now associating the gym with that moment every time. You're gonna be like, I fucking hate this place. It's always packed. Even if it was just that one moment, now that's what you associate it with, and you're not gonna want to do it anymore. But if you can go in and like, that's cool. I have a way around this.
Yeah.
You're gonna be way more comfortable in there, and that's the biggest piece.
Getting rid of excuses of why you're not at the gym, or oh, it's Monday night, it's always really busy, I'm just gonna skip it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of big.
So right there. Didn't press record?
No, I just wanted to check. We'll cut that.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to. Be the
it
result
wasn't recording?
No, it's recording.
Oh,
I just wanted to check.
You didn't want to.
It just went through my mind just there. I was like, what if we were talking this whole time
and it wasn't
recording? But
we're good.
We're recording.
Hey, you got to make sure. No, I mean, just kind of talking that out. That kind of hit me of like a direction for this. Like literally, it should be like we don't plan anything. We just show up and each time we're like, here's the outline. You go.
Yeah.
What should we do?
And maybe like, I used to do this all the time with a couple of my other lifting buddies that I had, and I had a period of like probably 2 or 3 years where I had 2 guys that I could lift with consistently, and that was probably when I got my strongest by far. So I think the real importance is having a lifting partner. It's pretty huge because like you're not limited to like being afraid to get crushed under a bar.
Yeah.
Or like,
Well, progressive overload.
Yeah.
And it's scary to progressively overload your weight when you're fucking...
Yeah, and most people don't want to ask some random person, but it's everybody needs a spot. Just find someone that looks like they can lift the weight.
And that's the thing. That's why I don't like doing it, because you don't know how the guy's going to spot you. You might have the guys just yanking it up every time. I'm like, dude.
I had an interesting conversation with a guy in the gym, but he asked me to spot him. But I took the initiative to say, like, how do you want me to spot you? Do you want me to let you fight through this rep?
Right.
Or do you want me to, are you going more? Because, like, a lot of people, if they're midway through a set of
Yeah, you
exercises,
want to conserve it.
You don't want to get burnt out, like, right there and just completely deplete yourself. So, but, I said, how many reps are you going to go for? That's a good question to ask. Or if you're asking for a spotter at the gym, tell them, I'm going for 6 reps. I might get 7 or 8. Give me a little bit of help, or like once I start to fail, just rack it for me.
Right.
Help me rack it. So like giving people instruction, and that's just simple, easy stuff you can give people, and that works really well. So,
but yeah, no, that's big. But yeah, like a lot of people are afraid to even just talk to somebody else.
Yeah.
So I can see that. So if you have a friend,
yep. But going back to what I was saying was, I had those 2 lifting partners, and what we would do sometimes in the gym is just, we would go back and forth on, like, we would do like a 20-minute ab or 15-minute ab set. We would say, okay, we're gonna do 25 of as many abs as we can as like a competition, going back and forth. Okay, your turn, 25. You have to think of that next ab exercise while you're doing the one that someone else suggested. You just go back and forth. But we kind of did that a little bit today with, we didn't really go back and forth, but we decided amongst ourselves, like, oh yeah, I really like straight arm pull downs, and then I was like, oh yeah, I usually superset those with face pull, and you're like, yeah, that's what I would do too. So it just kind of works out, and then luckily, even though you weigh a lot less than me, we're pretty evenly matched on weight. And that shouldn't deter you though. Like, you can work out with anybody. I work out with my fiance sometimes, and we just put her weights on the inside, and then the 45s, and you can figure it out to strip them off and on quickly.
Yeah.
And so,
what I was gonna say with that too is, it's super important though, is like, if you do have that mismatch, don't just like go in,
settle down to
you got to challenge yourself. Help you.
You got to challenge yourself, and I think one of the most important things is understanding principles of exercise first. Like, what are you trying to go into the gym? Because if you're going to go in and freestyle at the gym, it's going to be good to kind of know, okay, I'm doing legs today. Right. What are the major areas of the body that I want to hit? I want to hit glutes, I want to hit quads, I want to hit hamstrings, and whatever else you want to try to do. And then you've got to really kind of figure out 1 exercise, 2 exercises, kind of go back and forth, not do too many quads in a row, not do too many hamstrings in a row. And so, I think what we did today was like almost perfect as far as the splits. Like, we didn't do too many in a row that killed me, but my rec was.
Yeah, no, that is like, basically, we just need to like come up with that framework of what that looks like for like a freestyle. Yeah. And then when we just do it, freestyle it, that'll be like, boom, there's your freestyle workout. Yep. And the next time, here's a new one. Yep. And like each time we have to do something different.
And I think the other aspect I was gonna say that I forgot to throw in there was, like, what's yours? Because then you just got to decide on a general rep range.
Right.
Because like today I was kind of going for like strength hypertrophy sets. So
I was 10, 12.
I was in an 8 to 12 kind of mode today, but maybe one time we'll freestyle some power exercises. Yeah, we could do freestyle like some like superset combos, like do a full superset workout where it's like 4 or 5 supersets, and like there's so many different ways you can work out. We could do a lot of different things. So
no, that'd be huge. Like, we could literally do a freestyle workout for each phase of training. Yep. That'd be fun.
Yeah, there's so many ways we can go with this series. It can be like super helpful for people too, to be able to see what we're doing. Not that we're like the end all be all exercisers, but we're out there giving it a try. So,
but what we have to do next time is, each time you pick something, you got to explain why you picked it. Yeah. Like you said, if we're gonna do legs, I picked the kettlebell swings because we already worked our quads, and now we're gonna work the hammies and the glutes.
Yeah, and we wanted something explosive, something dynamic, like thought process of what led us to go to this. Yeah. What led you to choose that you want to do a lunge?
Right. And then because that's gonna help people associate it with that. Yeah. When they see it, they might copy our workout completely, but at least you're gonna know why.
Yeah.
And then they could do that for 4 weeks and be like, well, they did this for their hamstrings. I know that this thing works hamstrings. I wonder if I could just swap them. It's like, yeah, you can, and that's where we want you to be.
Yeah.
Right there.
Independent thinking, like being able to
Have those
come
skills.
up with these by yourself, and then you don't need us. You
Yeah.
come back and watch new exercises. Just figure out how to loop them together.
Dude, we got something here now.
I know.
Dope.
It could be sick.